One click. That is all a real AWS Kiro user ever approved in this attack. Not writing a file, not starting a server, not sending your hostname and username to a stranger every 10 seconds. One click to fetch a web page, the most normal request there is. Everything after that happened on its own. Here is why that should matter to you specifically, even if you have never opened Kiro. If your coding agent can browse the web, read search results, or fetch a page to answer your question, it can read the same kind of hidden instructions this attack used. And if you have ever assumed that one approval click means the agent is only doing the one thing you approved, this is the story that proves that assumption wrong, in a shipped product with a real disclosure timeline. Here is what actually happened. Security researchers at Intezer, working with Kodem Security, found that a web page could carry hidden instructions styled with plain CSS, white text, 1 pixel high, invisible to a human, completely readable to the model. A developer asks Kiro to fetch a page and summarize it. Kiro asks permission for exactly that, fetching a URL. The developer approves it because it is a completely reasonable request. From there, according to the researcher's own breakdown of what the user saw versus what actually happened, none of it required another click. Kiro mentions in chat that it wrote a file, but never shows what changed. It silently writes a new server into its own MCP configuration at Kiro settings mcp.json. The reload step shows nothing, or at most a passive pop-up, and the researchers found that even ignoring that pop-up did not stop the config from reloading and the malicious server from starting. After that, the attacker's machine receives the developer's hostname, username, and platform, repeating every 10 seconds, with the developer still just working normally. Here is the part that should actually worry you. The security model here rests on one idea. Risky actions only happen after a human approves them. That held for exactly one step, the fetch. Writing a file, starting a server, and exfiltrating data never crossed that boundary at all, because to the system, they were not classified as the risky part. The hidden instructions were. This channel posts daily on exactly this kind of story, the gap between what a safety feature looks like it covers and what it actually covers. Subscribing is the only way that gap gets caught before it costs you, not after. This was reported the right way. Researchers opened a HackerOne ticket in February 2026. AWS confirmed a fix by April, and the patch shipped in Kiro version 0.11.130 with CVE 2026-10591 assigned. That is what responsible disclosure is supposed to look like. The patch closes this specific hole. It does not answer the broader question this attack actually raises, so here is what to actually check. If you use Kiro, confirm you are on 0.11.130 or later right now. If you use any other agent that fetches web content, ask yourself the harder question this whole story is really about. When you approve one action, do you actually know that is the only action that just happened? Or are you assuming it because nothing told you otherwise? That is worth testing on your own setup, not assuming. If this is the kind of thing you would rather know before it happens to you, hit like. It is what tells YouTube to put this in front of more people who need to see it before their own agent gets hit. And if you want the next one of these the day it breaks, subscribe. This channel posts on exactly this kind of story daily. Sources and the full research write-ups are linked in the description if you want to see the actual proof of concept. Try 11 Labs, the AI voice in this video. Try.11labs.io/RDS Bowie JPTTO. This video contains affiliate